Prime Minister. You are coming all the way from the Bahamas. You are the Prime Minister of your country. Why did you come to this COP27?
Well, first of all, my full name, Philip Edward Brave Davis, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I've come to Egypt, COP27, because I believe that there's still hope for us to save our planet and to save the livelihoods of our humanity. After 27 years of meeting, 27 years of having a conversation on the consequences of climate change, very little has changed. In fact, the consequences have become worse. The hurricane season has expanded. We're now having hurricanes in November. In fact, just as I sit with you, I'm still experiencing the passage of Hurricane Nicole in my country. A lot of flooding, sea surge has just caused a lot of infrastructural damage. And so I've come to say the time for talking is over. It has been over. Because having talked for 27 meetings, what have we had? More frequent hurricanes that are more intense. Drought still exists in a more profound way. Floodings, wildfires. And so obviously nothing has happened. And the time has come for our polluters of the world to pay for it.
To pay for it.
And I've come to say to them, and to say to the world, time has come to pay. And so which is disappointing for me is the fact that we are talking about loss and damage. But it is excluding the most basic element and more important element of loss and damage, and that is liability. And there again lies my challenge. So I've come to lend my voice to my brothers and sisters who are suffering like me, whose debt is, the size of my debt is significantly impacted by my recovery and restoration efforts as a result of catastrophic events.
You are also a very strong advocate in a diplomatic point of view about the partnership between Bahamas and the African continent.
Certainly, I think the time has come. I recognize that as a diaspora, that I am part of the 6th district, and I think the time has come for us to cement that relationship. And I've been having conversations with, for example, the African Exim Bank to create that bridge between ourselves. We are appointing embassies now and ambassadors to the various countries in Africa because we are one. Emotionally, we are tied and we look alike.
Indeed. Mr. Prime Minister, what do you wish to achieve out of this COP27 for Africa?
Well, for Africa, I think they need to recognize, the industrial world has to recognize the impact that their emissions have caused, not just to Africa, to small island developing states. I think Africa has to come together with one voice to be able to demonstrate what is happening. Look at what's happening to your water supply. Look what's happening with the drought. And also what I'd like Africa to look at, Africa as a continent has also been what I call a major significant carbon sink of the world, absorbing and pulling out of the air some of those greenhouse emissions that have been put up there. They should be paid for that. As I tell them, I too am a garbage collector because I'm pulling out of the air the carbons that have been being put there by the multinational corporations and these countries. And time for the garbage collectors to be paid.
Do you have hope?
I am an optimist. I came because I believe that we have to not just have the conversation, but in the negotiations, make sure our points are taken into account.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah,
Thank you.